a Leo born July 23rd to August 22nd. What can you expect for the month of February 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So Leos, I feel like you're feeling really fit. I feel like you're feeling very vigorous and focused, and you have high expectations. And then at the same time, I feel like there's something that's got like your feet tied, like it's almost like you've stepped into a noose around your ankle and you can't move forward, right? So it's like, I see you up here fighting like, you know, like a worker who's primed and knows what he's doing, and he's hitting that ball, and he's so chiseled and excellent. But then there's a rope around his ankles, so can't move forward, right? So this is old energy. It's asking you to be firm. It's asking you to be done. It's asking you to not give your power away anymore, and to not be afraid to say no, to not be afraid to say, this doesn't work for me, to not be afraid to say, you know what, I'm sorry, but I don't want to, right? So it's really about letting go of the old and stepping into the new, and not being afraid that this is never going to happen again. You know, I really see this around a personal relationship. I really see you conflicted about really wanting to be in love, really wanting to get married, really wanting to have your soulmate, and the person you're with may not just be it. Now, here's the thing. What's great about the energy this month, we have a February 4th, is new moon in Aquarius, and it's a real easy, light-hearted energy. It's social, it's fun, it's a little bit like my head in my clouds, and I'm enjoying it. It's really nice, right? And then you get the February 19th, the full moon in Virgo, which is, you know, Virgos are, you know, they've got great integrity, they're hardworking, they're focused, they're detail-oriented, they've got big hearts and a compassion, right? But they also can be very critical, right? It can be very critical energy too. So I see this really kind of affecting you in terms of your personal relationships. And not just romantic relationships, but kind of like every relationship. I hate my brother when he does that, and I hate my dad when he does that, and I hate my mom when she does this, and I can't stand my coworker when they're like that, and I hate it when my boyfriend does this, and I hate it when my girlfriend does that, right? So it's like this cleaning out, but it's also a very definitive energy where we just say no. And some of you may be in relationships or long-term relationships where suddenly you go, just not worth it anymore. I'm done. Just not worth it anymore. I love you. I care about you, but it's not worth it to me anymore. So you may find for some of you that you're just done, and it's not an energy that you can recover, and it's not even one that you want to. It is a real moving forward and a real definitive energy. And this can be anywhere. It can even be at work. You show up at work and go, you know what? I quit. These are the kind of energies or the exchanges that may happen in February. So don't be surprised if you see people all of a sudden just like up and done, or just kick somebody out of their life and it's over. It's that kind of decisive energy. So let's look for those of you who are romantically involved, Leos. Let's see what's in store for you. So I feel like you're really excited about where you're at, and there's this real connection. And for those of you that know you're on rocky ground, right, with your partner, you know, this may be the month where that just ends, where it's just over, right? But I feel like you know who you are, and it's just like, yeah, you know, it's time. For the rest of you, there is just an excitement, a planning, an urgency, and okay, you do this and I'm going to do this, like a real planning for the future, figuring it out and how we're going to do this and how we're going to make that work. And maybe you're moving in together, or maybe you're planning a future, and, you know, but how are we going to do that? We have different schedules, or we have, you know, we live long distance, right? So, but don't worry about it. It is hard, but there's joy in that hardship, right? There's intensity, but there's excitement with that intensity. So even though the stark reality of it is that, wow, you know, he took a job over there and now we're going to be 3 hours apart. How are we going to make that work? You're going to make it work. You'll make it work, right? And you just will. So, but it's hard, right? You see the stark reality of what it's like to not get to see each other all the time, right? But nonetheless, you work with that energy. So whatever it is, that stark reality that comes up, there's an excitement in building and bonding together for you Leos that are in a romantic relationship, right? Unless, of course, like I said, you already know you're somebody that's just on the outs. You're just going to see it rip. It's just going to be over and done. Probably by the middle of the month. Could be late, could be a little later, but the universe is really kicking people out of our lives, right? That just, it's time to go. So let's look now for those of you who are single, in love, wanting to be in love, Leos, looking for love, romance. So what's in store for you this month? The first weekend of the month, very festive, exciting. Everybody's kind of lighthearted and jolly. It's easy. More loneliness may creep up the latter part of the month. You may get bogged down in just kind of the reality of, I hate to say this, but somebody was sharing with me, a psychiatrist over the weekend. I was in New York, and a good friend of mine was sharing with me that there's like 7 women to every 1 man, and noticed it walking down the streets, like these groups of women in restaurants, but not a lot on dates or out, and just starting to see the reality of, wow, there's so many more women than there are men in that particular city, right? So whatever it is for you, seeing the reality of life in your dating circumstances, the pool that you have to choose from, or the type of men that you're attracting, or the type of women that you're attracting, right? So you want to be aware that the attraction starts inside of you, right? So if you're always looking externally and going, oh my God, there's 7 women to every guy, I've got to get mine, that's coming from a neediness, right? Or if you're a guy who feels like, God, every woman just is crazy or is so needy or wanting to, just can't be honest with me, or, right? So whatever the story is, you got to fix it inside of you. So if you're seeing them as needy, it's because you're needy. If you're seeing them as unfaithful, it's because you're unfaithful or afraid of being unfaithful, right? So whatever you're mirroring out is in with you first. So we got to change that, Leos. So, right? So this goes for everybody, not just you guys, but it's showing up right now as this anxiety or fear or this awareness of loneliness and am I ever going to find love? So I'm feeling that coming up for some of you. And all there is to do when that comes up is take a look at yourself and start to become who you want to date, right? I want to date somebody who's loving and loyal. I'm going to start being loving and loyal to all my friends. I want to date somebody who's on time. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to date somebody who's proactive and texting and talking. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that with my friends and with my family. So become who you want to attract, and that will fill that loneliness, and that will allow you to actually bring in relationship. So I do feel like for some of you guys, you can meet somebody new this month, you can have fun, and it can be there, but there's this little fine line of a stark reality that will show up for you in that midpoint to the end of the month, for that around that full moon, that feels uncomfortable, right? Don't be afraid to feel the feelings. Go through it, make your own personal changes, see what changes you need to make. Don't beat yourself up, just be kind, and you're going to find romance. Okay, so, or I should say, romance will find you then. You don't have to look for it. When you're being who you need to be in the world or what you want to attract, when you become that, law of attraction gives it to you. Automatically, that person will be brought into your orbit, into your universe. You'll cross paths with them. You don't have to worry about it. All right, let's look at money for Leos for this month. I see you like on a projection of higher income, like this projection of just making more money. So I see more money coming in, more opportunity coming in. That's really good. Some of you may get a promotion. Some of you may find yourself in a completely different field, like projectiled out of one field and into another, which is good. So I feel like a lot of positive energy for money and career. Okay, let's look at health for Leos. You're going to see the things that you've been lying to yourself about this month, right? If you've been kind of covering yourself up with big shirts and, you're gonna see the reality of like, oh my God, I've gained 15 pounds, right? You're gonna see the reality of your health. You might find yourself, if you're somebody who was a drinker, you may see the reality of like, oh my God, I drank that myself. I drank that whole 12 pack myself, right? Or I drank that whole bottle of wine myself, right? You're going to see the reality of your physicality and the way you've been interacting with it. And the good news is that there's a support mechanism for you, and a desire that creeps in is like, this is not going to happen anymore. I'm changing. So what comes in with this reality is also this energy of sustainability, that I can be different and I will be different. And I'm going to now sign up for Weight Watchers, or I'm going to sign up for a gym, or I'm going to start to now go to AA, or do the things that I need to do for my mind, body, and spirit. For some of you, it's a spiritual connection. You're going to see I have no spirituality in my life. I'm bored. I don't connect with anybody or anyone. I'm constantly complaining about other people. Where's my spiritual connection? And you're going to seek out that spiritual connection. So whatever it is that you need to have a healthy mind, body, spirit, it's going to be shown to you, kind of like the lack. And then right behind it will be the sustenance, the cure, the support, right? So keep your eyes open. Once you see that lack, know the answer's coming right behind it, okay? And then that way you don't have to get paranoid or afraid or nervous or get down on yourself. Just know, oh, you know what? With every problem, the solution is here. So just knowing that is half the battle, and then taking action towards it. Okay, let's see if there's anything unexpected for Leos for the month. There may be some disappointment in somebody close to you that you did not expect to be disappointed by, and that they just really shocked you or just shocked you. And this isn't from the past. This is present moment. So some of you go, oh yeah, that happened 6 months ago. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about current. So there's somebody new in your life, or a situation that may be new in your life that disappoints you, right? And it could even be that, at work you get passed over. They promised you the job and you don't get it, right? Or it could be that you got a new position and they hired you for that, and then they changed their mind and they're changing your pay and they're changing your title because they can, right? So just whatever it is, it's there for a reason, right? And it's there for you. It's teaching you something. It's helping you learn something. It's helping you stand on your own 2 feet. It's helping you believe in yourself. So whatever that unexpected thing is, there is an opportunity for you to be able to take it in, assimilate it, and be better for it, right? So whatever the unexpected thing is, just to let it come in and don't fight it, don't resist it, because the thing right behind it is huge. The good thing behind it is huge. The door that opens behind it is even better. I'm sure you've heard it say that people who get fired, then all of a sudden this great opportunity shows up, right? Or if I wasn't over there helping this person, I would have never met XYZ. So would have never met my soulmate, right? So there's all these initial things that feel like, oh, this is not good, that can turn into something really amazing and terrific. And it just kind of had to happen that way. So lots of energy coming in, Leos, for you guys, for everybody to have real transformation this month, real, great, exciting things, and then this stark reality of what we have to do to earn them. Oh, wow, yeah, I have this big dream, and now I got to pay for that big dream, right? It's like that. It's like, oh, yeah, we got our dream home, and now we get to pay for it, right? Or, wow, I sold my house, but now I got to pay the taxes, and now I have to move, and right? So it's the fulfilling of the dream, and then all the excitement of the dream, and then everything we have to do to make that dream happen that comes up. So that's like what February is about. Living the dream and then having to fulfill the destiny of it. So it can be a little daunting, but it's exciting all the same. All right, Leos, have an amazing month. If you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, comment below, share it with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you again next month.